Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the 10th Baltimore County City kind of pack episode. I'm not going to count those last two as two different episodes. They're just kind of broken down into parts because it was in one recording. And with this one, what sucks is I did it again. I lost the audio delay. I don't know, maybe it's just old age, but it happened again. And we're going to be kicking out for a patrol with this Jeep. I know one of you requested this. A couple of you requested the transport paddy wagon. We'll get around that too. But thing is, I kind of been out of the state for the last 4 or 5 days. Actually kind of took a little vacation and had a lot of fun. I'll kind of talk about that in the dead zones to commentate over this one as to what I've been up to, how things are going, and so forth. And we'll kind of go from there. Alright, well, so for starters, I'm not sick as hell anymore. I'm just congested. You guys can probably even hear it. Like, I don't know, like, I think my voice sounds a little better when I'm sick. I'm all deep, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm all like a stout little man with a heavy-ass voice. But, so I know we go ahead and check this guy for stolen. And while we're doing events, I'll go ahead and just be quiet and not distract you. And, you know, I'll come back on once we get through whatever we deal with these guys.
How so many people fall down the stairs in my precinct? LCPD, show me your ID. Thank you. Now get out. Let me see your hands on the roof. Over there. Hey, stop! Now get your hands on your head. Now we got you. Get out of there. Hey, you! Halt! Place both of your hands up on your head, please. Here. Looks like trouble. Now get your hands on your head.
Alright, so we're pretty much done with that one. You know, we got 2 guys out of this. They're riding around a stolen vehicle. Both of them had weapons. They were armed. And, you know, we're going to take them into the precinct. But, to where I've been, I actually went back up to Maryland. And, you know, I did a ride along with a Sheriff County buddy of mine. And that was actually pretty cool. It was a ride along for drug interdiction, you know, mainly targeting, like heroin, cocaine, and crack. And that was actually really, really fun and kind of sad at the same time, because you see how deteriorated these, you know, end users get for this drug. It's really sad. Like, you know, a hardcore, you know, habitual user will do anything to secure the small amount of funds they need to buy more. You know, and it makes a criminal out of a otherwise normal person that doesn't want to even think about or become that type of person, because if they don't get their fix, they start to feel sick as hell. And sometimes it shifts from the enjoyable part of that addiction to just feeling like you need to stay alive, if that makes sense. But that was really fun. I'll probably talk a little bit more about what happened. Nothing specific. Probably won't even let you guys know what specific police department it was with, and no names or anything like that. But it really, oh man, that's like, I can see how it is addictive work and how it can really hook you in, because I had a lot of damn fun. But while I was gone, I went ahead and had those 2 warrant episodes kind of preloaded, because I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. And, you know, I was feeling kind of sick, and, you know, I just didn't want you guys to think that the channel, you know, was dropping off, because it's not. I'm just becoming extremely busy. And, you know, it was a nice vacation, because not only did I get to ride along with them, but, you know, I got to help them zero his M4, because they do qualifications with, you know, M4, AR-15, whatever you want to call it, category-wise, style, you know, assault rifles. And for me, that was fun, because for them, I stepped into their world like the night prior, and then the next day they kind of step into my world, because not all of them are in the military. You know, some of them might be hunters with bolt-action rifles, so it was good to actually kind of give them classes and get them zeroed in and like square them away, because that was pretty fun. It felt like I was kind of giving back a little bit. And it was enjoyable. You can still hear the congestion. Like, I'm fighting not coughing right now. And the main reason I wanted to share this episode is because it was a pretty fun one. It was a pretty busy one, and we got like kind of sucked into a little bit of everything. And, you know, I'm gonna take the time to talk about LS Paramedic and all that stuff as well. And I know they did a hefty update to the Rage Hook. I just downloaded that, looked over the update notes, and I really look forward to trying the new things that they've implemented for this. And that thing is shaping up nicely. And, you know, we can even talk about how LSPDFR is actually probably got delayed a little bit, not by much. What happened is, you know, in what I call it is a backbone mechanic. Everything relies on this one specific mechanic or this type of thing. And what it was is the thing that it required on was the AI logic. A lot of you guys don't know it or won't see it, but the logic in Grand Theft Auto 4 was actually deeper than Grand Theft Auto 5. When I say logic, it means the outcomes and the choices that the police officers can make and kind of how they conduct themselves. And what Sam and, you know, LMS and Mullins and all them guys are going to have to do is they're going to expand on that. You know, or else you'll just see the cops shoot the suspect every single time for no reason whatsoever and never try to go for an actual legitimate arrest. And one of their backbone mechanics, the AI logic, was causing huge performance. And all this stuff is, you know, you can find it if you comb the forums, but I keep my ear to the ground for LSPDFR because I'm really interested in it. And so what they had to do was go ahead and narrow down that boggy call and fix the problem. And from that point, it affected a large amount of other things. Alright, so right there I decided to shoot him. I could see he was clearly armed with something, and he was actually trying to, you know, knock this guy out, like take his life. So I decided to discharge my weapon and drop him. And I wanted to keep this guy here because, you know, he was involved in the incident, so I'm going to need, you know, information from him. And, you know, we kind of go about our normal thing in terms of scene cleanup and stuff like that. But, you know, back on to what I was talking about with LSPDFR, you know, once you create something that's that heavily embedded, like everything works on time frames, very small time frames, and the AI was working on a very small time frame, and it affected everything else. So I feel bad for them because that's some hair pulling stuff. They legitimately had to come back over all their code and all the functions and things that they've made and made sure everything was working correctly. And you know, I got faith in them. I know they're working past it. You can hear it in their voices. And they're really working hard. They're actually probably like, they're gonna die sooner because they've slept less and stressed more while making this thing, and they've done it because it's an addictive hobby to them. I totally understand that. So you know, it's gonna be interesting to see its first release, and I'm really excited to see how they deal with some of the main issues. But I do think it's coming soon. I do think it's like, we're no longer talking about months now. I think we're talking about weeks, and I hope they don't hit any more hiccups. I hope they have smooth sailing in code, and you know, it's not hair pulling, it's fun. The hair pulling stuff's good. You learn a lot, and you learn from mistakes or, you know, unforeseen problems that you couldn't have got around. But in the same sense, when you're coding and everything's working right and you're knocking out mechanics, that's when it's fun, man. You bounce from high depth to high depth mechanic, and it's fun. But you know, as for LS Paramedics, I haven't had time to sit down and code it since. But you know, I have done several things. You know, it's got its INI file, which you guys can edit to have certain options. That's set up. I've gotten to the point where I'm starting to include you know, basic kind of audio sounds. When a call comes out, you hear something over the dispatch radio. You know, they're tones for alerting you that, you know, a call's coming down and you need to pay attention and listen and prepare. And you know, even started working on basic importing of, you know, textures and GUIs to make it look more legit. And from there, I'm going to keep expanding the bed mechanic for actually pulling out a stretcher. That's pretty much done. But the main thing that kills me right now is the beds that are currently in the game. I cannot wait until you 3D modelers, like, till OpenIV gets real deep into it and you 3D modelers step into the scene. Those beds are ugly as hell. They're stupid looking. There's no basic stretcher for the ambulance, and the ambulance has no real capability to even visually transport a stretcher. So I look forward in the future, you know, more detailed EMS vehicles, and you know, more detailed stretchers, and even more detailed equipment. Because what I'm going to be doing now for the first couple of releases of, you know, LS Paramedic, the equipment is not going to look right. Like, you know, the oxygen mask might actually look like a scuba mask. You know, the stretcher bed might actually look like just a hospital bed, and you know, things like that they'll get progressively better down the road, and I'm going to lay a good foundation. But I'll go ahead and go quiet for this one because, as you can see, a pursuit just kicked off.
In pursuit of suspect.
This is Control. We've got a criminal resisting arrest on Frankfort Avenue.
Pull over the vehicle now.
Looks like he's going eastbound on Bauxite Street in a Emperor Locust. Looks like he's headed west on Wardite Street in a Emperor Locust. This is Control. Looks like he's going southbound on Frankfort Avenue.
You can see here though, we got the high-end version of the Jeep, So this one will outperform these regular Impalas because it has a good engine, but I'm just struggling to get by them without taking any more damage because they've already been beating me up.
All units, we've got a traffic alert for a suspect doing 90 on Union Drive East. Suspect has fled vehicle and is continuing on foot. Sentinel unit, suspect last.
Yeah, that's my partner down there too. I just decided to evade him. I don't know why he ran the other way. That's logic in this crazy stuff. But I was happy I had the Jeep so I could get the off-road advantage and get up over that curve easy. So that was the driver. We just got the driver in custody. Decided to just hop right back in, but I told my partner that this is why I like having a partner, because you could actually, like, if you got multiple suspects that you're trying to get, like, my partner can watch over him now. He's cuffed up. Yeah, he's not frisked, but my partner has the advantage of keeping track of him.
Get out of this car!
But yeah, more or less, just in closing, this is kind of the end of this episode. I'm still going to be really busy at this phase of my life, guys. You know, I'm still getting out of the military. You know, I'm applying for other types of jobs. And I don't want to elaborate on them until I figure out what direction it's going. But it's just real exciting and real hectic times. I'm still going to be coding and modding for the community when I find free time. I'm still going to be working on LS Paramedics. And I'm still going to make codes for, you know, LSPDFR that fills certain gaps that LSPDFR has on its first release, or, you know, in longevity. Because it would be nice to have, you know, kind of police helper thing for 5. It's like, I have to have it when I play. And it's just, it makes sense in terms of, you know, expanding the gameplay mechanics. And, you know, thank y'all for your appreciation, you know, during this hectic time in my life. Thank you for putting up with my nasally congested sounding voice as I get better. And I appreciate all the support, all the comments. And, you know, if you guys were asking me questions, I was out of town. It sucked that I couldn't help you in terms of finding links or, you know, giving download stuff. Feel free to ask on this video. It's not that I, like, was ignoring you guys. It's just I don't have the flexibility or capability to find those types of mods that, you know, I'm using and hand them off to you because I wasn't at my home. I wasn't at my home PC. And as always, I'll see y'all at the next one.